GG, Dylan Gabriel, computer, T586.5. I throw no touchdowns. I throw no interceptions. I will find a ball and get it to the person wide open. Oh my goodness, that was intentional grounding. There was no one in the area. What are you talking about? That has to be a mistake. Guys, listen, this is nasty work. Kevin Stefanski has been demoted to, I wouldn't let him be the offensive coordinator for Ohio State. But if you think that work out there is going to get you any sort of wins in the future, you won't get wins in the CFL with that type of work. That's CFL type play. And we sitting here putting our capes on. We Captain Kirk. We love us some Stefanski and we love Dylan Gabriel. Hey man, at the end of the day, man, I'm not gonna waste all my little Sunday emotion on them because that's what y'all asked for. That's what we like.
Bush didn't hold back. And honestly, he didn't need to, because what he said, that's what every Browns fan's been screaming into their pillow for weeks. Cleveland didn't just lose, they got exposed. 32-13 at home to a Patriots team that ain't even supposed to be that good. And now the mask is slipping. Kevin Stefanski just did what coaches do when the pressure hits. He pointed fingers. Suddenly it's the receiver's fault. Suddenly it's the playbook. Suddenly it's execution issues. Translation? He's buying time. Because when you look at that offense, it's not the talent that's missing, it's direction. You got playmakers sitting idle, you got a fan base begging for fire. And at quarterback, Dylan Gabriel looking like a man auditioning for a role he wasn't built to play. Meanwhile, the guy with the poise, the precision, the pedigree, Shedeur Sanders, is standing right there, watching chaos unfold like it's a rerun. Stefanski can keep shifting blame all he wants, but here's the truth. The locker room feels it, the city feels it, and get Bush, he just said it out loud. Cleveland's not just losing games, they're losing faith. Be real with me. Is this about performance or pride? Drop your take below. Are the Browns protecting a system or hiding from Shedeur Sanders?
In terms of Dylan Gabriel, again, it's you hate to go overboard because it's 3 games. It's 3 games with a crappy supporting cast. So it's hard to give a full evaluation of him, but I'm going to say what I've said the last 2 weeks and what I've said all along. I don't see anything in this guy that makes me think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Kevin Stefanski is out there calling plays to protect Dylan Gabriel, for Dylan Gabriel not to look bad.
Get Bush dropped the hammer. He said, this ain't college no more. You don't get style points for confidence. You get judged on execution. And he's absolutely right, because Dylan Gabriel, he looks like a man drowning in the deep end. All that talk about elite processing, quick decisions, IQ for life, is all smoke when the lights come on. And let's be honest, Stefanski's stubbornness is starting to look personal. Every week the same story. Gabriel gets coddled, Shedeur gets sidelined. And every week the product gets uglier. You can't tell a locker room full of grown men that this is your guy, not after 2 picks, a safety, and an offense that looks allergic to momentum. Players aren't dumb. They see who's putting in work, they see who controls the room. And right now, Shedeur's presence is louder than Gabriel's production. Let's call it what it is. Cleveland's got a quarterback controversy they're too afraid to admit, because once you hand the ball to Shedeur, you can't take it back. Once he steps on that field, it's his team, period. And that's what scares Stefanski. Not failure, exposure. Because Shedeur's success would prove what everyone already suspects. The Browns been backing the wrong man. So go ahead, Kev. Keep doubling down. Keep preaching trust the process while the city burns with impatience. But the question isn't if Shedeur is getting his shot. It's how much damage you'll do before it happens.
T586.5. I throw no touchdowns. I throw no interceptions. I will find a ball and get it to the person wide open. Oh my goodness, that was intentional grounding. There was no one in the area. What are you talking about? That has to be a mistake.
Exactly. And that's the part that broke people. Because that moment, that safety, wasn't just a mistake. It was a symbol. A symbol of everything that's wrong with this offense, this coaching staff, this entire philosophy. Dylan Gabriel wasn't pressured. He wasn't hit. He wasn't blindsided. He panicked on his own. And that right there, that's not football IQ, that's fear. They sold us this image of Gabriel as the processor, the calm mind, the human algorithm. But algorithms don't win football games. Instinct does. And Shedeur Sanders, that's instinct personified. You watch Shedeur in practice, calm feet, eyes steady, poised even when the blitz comes. He don't flinch, he don't fold. That's the difference between a quarterback and a caretaker. So when Get Bush called that safety embarrassing, he wasn't being dramatic, he was being honest. Because how long are we supposed to watch this team hand the keys to a driver who keeps stalling in traffic while the Ferrari's sitting in the garage collecting dust? The patience is gone, the excuses are tired, and the locker room knows it. This ain't just about bad football anymore, it's about pride, politics, and the refusal to admit the obvious. Shedeur Sanders gives this team their best chance to win. So I'll ask it again. What are we protecting here, Cleveland? A system or a man's ego?
I'm tired of pretending. I can't pretend anymore. I can't pretend anymore that we just watching Dylan Gabriel and we just really making sure that this is a starter. It's not a starter, bro.
Stefanski, the man who never flinches, never raises his tone, never breaks character, finally cracked. That post-game presser wasn't calm, it was controlled chaos. You could feel the weight in every word. That wasn't coach speak. That was a man realizing his system is starting to sink. Because the numbers don't lie. 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. And yeah, that 1 interception, 2 yards late. 2 yards. But in the NFL, that's the difference between a completion and catastrophe. And McNuggets nailed it. Every time Cleveland faces a real team, a disciplined, well-coached, functional football team, you can see the difference immediately. It's not just talent, it's trust, it's rhythm, it's belief in your quarterback. Drake May didn't light up the stat sheet. 24 passes, controlled, efficient, composed. Meanwhile, Dylan Gabriel is out there throwing 35 times just to produce half the impact. That's not volume, that's desperation. And when Stefanski says we'll evaluate everything, we know what that means. He's frustrated, but he's scared to admit why. Because admitting it means facing the truth, that the rookie he's keeping on the sideline, the one with the prime DNA and the poise of a vet, is everything this offense pretends to be. So yeah, Cleveland's angry, but they're also awake now. They see through the pressers, the development timeline, the empty promises. Stefanski's system isn't just stalling, it's suffocating. And every week Shedeur Sanders don't touch that field, the noise gets louder. So let's call it what it is. The numbers say it, the film says it, the locker room feels it. It's not about patience anymore, it's about proof. And Shedeur is the only one left who can give it to him.
Get some imaging on that tomorrow. Obviously, just didn't do anything good enough today. Frustrated, but we'll win as a team, we'll lose as a team, and we'll look at everything on this bye week and figure out a way to get this thing going with more than half our season left. So that's what we're going to use this bye week to really look at everything we're doing, because the results have to be better, obviously.
They asked Stefanski straight up, "Coach, are your wide receivers good enough to properly evaluate Dylan Gabriel?" And he paused. You know that pause coaches give when their brain's doing PR math? Yeah, that one. Then he said, "We'll look at everything. We'll evaluate everyone." Translation? He just threw everybody under the bus to protect his quarterback. That's not accountability, that's deflection. Because let's be real, Jerry Jeudy's in that locker room. Elijah Moore's in that locker room. David Bell, Amari Cooper, Cedric Tillman. These dudes have made plays in this league. You can't tell me suddenly they all forgot how to get open. The only thing not open right now is the playbook. When your head coach can't answer a simple question without spreading blame across the roster, it means he's lost the plot, and the locker room knows it. The receivers hear that. The defense hears that. Everybody hears that. And trust me, that kind of quote, don't sit quiet. Because the real ones in that locker room are thinking, "Nah, coach, don't look at everything, look at the quarterback." This team's not broken because of talent, it's broken because of trust. The offense don't trust the quarterback. The players don't trust the coach. And the fans, they sure as hell don't trust the excuses anymore. So let's not sugarcoat it. When a coach says we'll look at everything, what he really means is, I've run out of answers. This right here, this is Cleveland's breaking point. Look at everything. You heard Stefanski say it. That's coach speak for, we are on fire and I don't know where the extinguisher is. Then he got asked the million-dollar question. Are the receivers good enough to evaluate Dylan Gabriel? And instead of answering it straight, he hid behind that classic safe zone. We just need to execute better. Translation? The players are fine, the scheme's fine, it's just everyone else that's wrong. But then, boom, 148 into that presser, he slipped. He admitted it. Admitted he's not doing enough with Gabriel. Admitted the offense is stale. Admitted change has to happen. And then what does he do? He doubles down. He's still rolling with Dylan Gabriel after the bye. That's not leadership. That's denial. Because while Stefanski's talking about execution, the rest of us are watching a man run an NFL offense that looks like a CFL highlight reel gone wrong. And G. Bush said it best. He didn't just criticize, he brought facts. Freddie Kitchens got 1 year. 1. Kevin Stefanski has 6 years. 6 years. No 4,000-yard passer. No offensive identity. No sustained momentum. And somehow, he's still the one with job security. Meanwhile, the defense, led by Myles Garrett, just put up an all-timer. 5 sacks. 5. You can't ask for more from your defense. And the offense rewarded that performance with 13 points. 13! Against one of the worst defenses in the league. You tell me how that makes sense. And now, the entire fan base is screaming the same question. Where is Shedeur Sanders? Yeah, he was inactive. Yeah, he's hurt. But once he's healthy, there's no more debate. It has to be his time. Because what's happening right now is not just inefficient, it's embarrassing. McNuggets said it. The energy's gone. The locker room's deflated. The belief is fading. And G. Bush hit the kill shot. He said it's starting to feel like Freddie Kitchens all over again, except this time the front office is too scared to admit it. Cleveland just got cooked 32-13 at home. Dylan Gabriel looked like a career backup. Stefanski admitted the offense is broken. Myles Garrett gave you everything, and it still wasn't close. So what's next? Keep pretending? Keep recycling press conferences and calling it progress? The off-ramp's right there, Cleveland. You either take it now or keep driving straight into the same wall you've been hitting for 6 straight years. Your turn, Cleveland. You've seen the numbers, you've heard the excuses, you've watched the collapse. So tell me, are you still riding with Kevin Stefanski and Dylan Gabriel, or is it time to hand the keys to Shedeur Sanders and start a new era? Drop your take in the comments.